What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Khabib Nurmagomedov's longtime training partner Josh Thompson recently shared exclusive insights into Islam Makhachev's preparation ahead of UFC 322, revealing just how dominant the lightweight champion looks in camp. According to Thompson, Islam has never been sharper, faster, or more dangerous, and coming from someone who has trained with him for years, that says a lot. Islam himself also gave respect to his upcoming opponent, Jack Della Maddalena, praising his composure under pressure and calmness during grappling exchanges. Islam acknowledged that while JDM's wrestling may not be world-class, his striking and boxing are elite, and even when taken down, he rarely panics or gives up bad position. Now, after 4 dominant lightweight title defenses, the most in the division's history, Makhachev is stepping up to the welterweight division to chase greatness at 170 pounds. However, he faces a massive challenge in Jack Della Maddalena, who is riding an incredible 18-fight win streak and recently captured the welterweight belt by defeating Belal Muhammad earlier this year. Thompson explained that this matchup is more dangerous for Islam than his previous bout against Dustin Poirier. The main difference, he said, is that the weight cut won't drain Islam like it did at lightweight, allowing him to maintain his cardio and power deeper into the fight. When Islam is fresh, he's an absolute nightmare, Thompson said. He further elaborated that Islam's ground game is on another level. I've seen him roll with world-class black belts, and they couldn't sweep him or escape. His submission setups, guillotines, darces, anacondas, kimuras, side chokes are just brilliant. He's figured out every detail. Josh predicts that Makhachev's superior grappling and control will eventually overwhelm JDM, leading to a potential submission or ground-and-pound finish around the 2nd or 3rd round. With both fighters at their peak, UFC 322 is shaping up to be one of the most highly anticipated events of the year. A true test of Islam Makhachev's dominance as he steps into new territory. Before moving on to the next news, we have a quick request for you. We're always working to improve our content and truly value your support. If you could take a moment to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon, it would mean a lot to us. That way you'll never miss an update. Let's dive into another news. Jack Della Maddalena has sent a clear and confident warning to Islam Makhachev ahead of their highly anticipated showdown at UFC 322, vowing to finish the lightweight king and shock the world. The Australian welterweight champion declared that this fight is personal, not just for him, but for Alexander Volkanovski and the entire Australian MMA community. Jack insists he doesn't view Islam as an untouchable legend, but simply as another man stepping into his division, one he fully believes he can beat anywhere the fight goes. Speaking in a recent interview, Jack explained that he sees openings in Islam's game that he can exploit, even in grappling, an area where Makhachev is widely regarded as one of the most dominant fighters in the sport. I think he's probably expecting to take me down, hold me there, and submit me, Jack said. But I believe I can surprise him in the grappling exchanges. My strength, my technique, and the way I approach those positions will throw him off. I'm confident I can handle his pressure. Jack also addressed how he's mentally preparing for what many consider the toughest fight of his career. I know he's one of the best fighters in the world, one of the longest reigning champions, and even though he's vacated the belt, I see this as my biggest test yet, but I don't see him as some different weight class monster. He's stepping into Gumi division now, and I'm ready to defend my ground. Meanwhile, Paddy Pimblett has jumped into the conversation, backing JDM to batter Makhachev, and even challenging Islam to drop back down to lightweight if he wants to settle things after UFC 322. This fight carries massive stakes for both men. If Islam wins, a potential super fight with Ilia Topuria at 170 pounds could be next. But if Jack Della Maddalena pulls off the upset, it could set up a blockbuster matchup with Kamaru Usman, a fight that would grab global attention. Jack closed by saying he envisions the perfect ending. I just see a finish happening. I see the crowd going wild, my corner going berserk. I feel great. I've got the right game plan. Now it's just about putting it all together on fight night. Let's dive into another news. Merab Dvalishvili has officially shut down talks of a potential super fight with Alexander Volkanovski, at least for now. Following his dominant performance against Corey Sandhagen, fans began speculating about a possible clash between the bantamweight king and the former featherweight champion. However, during a recent appearance on Michael Bisping's Believe You Meme podcast, Merab made it clear that he has no interest in fighting Volkanovski anytime soon, out of respect and personal admiration. Right now, I'm good where I'm at, Merab said. I have so much respect and love for Alexander Volkanovski, I could never challenge him. He's great as a person, as a fighter, and as a father. Merab explained that his focus remains fully on his own division and that there's still plenty of work to do before considering a move up in weight. I have a tough opponent like Petr Yan next. After that, I'm sure the UFC will have more challenges for me. I want to clean out my division first. Maybe if I beat everyone and there's no one left, then we can talk about moving up or taking a super fight. But for now, I'm focused on my weight class. While he shut down the Volkanovski talk, Merab did express interest in taking on bigger challenges in the future, possibly at a higher weight class, if the UFC sees fit. I'm always ready for challenges, he added, but it has to make sense for my career and legacy. During the same conversation, Merab also discussed his upcoming rematch with Petr Yan, acknowledging that the Russian striker will come more prepared this time. The first fight, I was nervous and under a lot of pressure, Merab admitted. Now I'm more mature and more confident, but I don't want to get too comfortable. I'm sure Petr will fix his mistakes from the first fight. The biggest mistake he made was not respecting me. He thought I couldn't do anything against him. That was his downfall. This time, he'll come smarter, and I have to be even better. Merab believes that if he successfully defends his title again, a major opportunity could await him in 2026. After already defending his belt multiple times in a single year, fans and analysts alike are wondering who could possibly challenge his relentless pace and dominance next. Let's dive into another news. Dana White has officially broken his silence on the ongoing UFC betting scandal, addressing the controversy that has recently captured headlines. Speaking candidly, Dana revealed how the entire situation unfolded. Around 1:00 p.m. on the day of the incident, the UFC was contacted by one of the top bet monitoring companies in the industry regarding unusual betting activity on a specific fight. Acting immediately, the UFC reached out to the fighter and his legal team, asking if he was injured, under financial pressure, or had been approached by anyone suspicious. The fighter denied all allegations, insisting he was healthy and ready to compete. The fight went ahead as scheduled and ended in the first round via rear naked choke. According to Dana, the very first thing the UFC did after the bout was contact the FBI. He confirmed that he personally met with the FBI twice that day to discuss the issue in detail. However, Dana dismissed recent media reports claiming that hundreds of fights were fixed as complete nonsense. He specifically called out Ariel Helwani for spreading what he described as clickbait BS, accusing him of twisting facts just to create controversy and generate headlines. Dana made it clear that the UFC takes betting integrity extremely seriously. For years, the organization has worked with ICE 360, a top-tier company that monitors all betting patterns and provides detailed reports after every event. He emphasized that while an older investigation from several years ago remains ongoing, this new situation will now be added to that case. Still, as of now, there is no concrete evidence proving that the fight was fixed, though Dana admitted that the betting patterns looked suspicious and likely came from the fighter's side. Addressing the claims from certain fighters who recently said they were approached about fight fixing, Dana expressed disbelief and frustration. If someone approached you, why didn't you tell us? Or more importantly, why didn't you tell law enforcement? He asked. He compared it to being asked to commit a crime and then saying nothing, something he found extremely irresponsible. Dana warned that fighters making such claims will now be contacted directly by the FBI for questioning. He concluded by reaffirming the UFC's commitment to transparency and integrity in all its operations, stating that the organization will continue cooperating fully with federal investigators. Let's dive into another news. Ariel Helwani has fired back at Dana White following the UFC president's recent comments about him and his reporting on the ongoing betting scandal. The tension between the two resurfaced after Dana publicly criticized Ariel, calling one of his reports clickbait BS. This came just weeks after fans were shocked to see the pair seemingly trying to bury the hatchet, a rare and unexpected moment of peace given their long, turbulent history. But as it turns out, that brief truce didn't last long. In a recent appearance, Ariel addressed Dana's remarks head-on, offering his side of the story and expressing frustration over how the situation has been handled. "If he's still coming at me, that means I'm doing something right," Ariel said. "This has become personal. He's made it personal. I've tried to take the high road to move past it, but at this point, I can't anymore." Helwani's response makes it clear that the feud between him and Dana White is far from over. What started as a professional disagreement years ago has evolved into one of MMA's longest-running rivalries. The recent controversy reignited their clash after Ariel reported that more than 100 UFC fights are currently under review for potential fixing, something Dana immediately dismissed as false and exaggerated. However, Ariel defended his reporting, stating that his information came from credible sources and ongoing investigations, not speculation. He pointed out that several fighters have publicly admitted on social media that they were approached about suspicious betting activity, which naturally caught the attention of the FBI and other investigative bodies. "It's not like I made this up," Helwani explained. "When fighters themselves are coming forward, of course there's going to be an investigation. That's just common sense." The past few weeks have been chaotic for the UFC, with multiple controversies dominating the headlines. From eye-poke incidents involving Tom Aspinall and others, to this betting scandal now drawing national attention. Ariel argued that instead of attacking journalists, the UFC should focus on addressing the issues at hand and maintaining transparency. While Dana insists that the claims of widespread corruption are false, Ariel stands by his work, saying that his only goal is to inform fans and hold the sport accountable. Let's dive into another news. Nate Diaz has officially accepted Jake Paul's boxing challenge, reigniting talks of a blockbuster rematch between the two combat sports stars. The announcement comes after Jake Paul's highly anticipated fight with Gervonta Davis was abruptly canceled due to serious allegations against Davis. With the bout scrapped, speculation quickly swirled about who would step in as Jake's next opponent, and two major names emerged: Nate Diaz and Francis Ngannou. In true Jake Paul fashion, the YouTuber-turned-boxer wasted no time stirring excitement online, teasing potential replacements and posting cryptic messages on social media. Meanwhile, Francis Ngannou and Jake exchanged heated words over a possible fight, but things took a turn when Nate Diaz entered the conversation. Earlier today, Diaz took to Instagram, posting a photo from his first boxing match against Jake Paul, captioned simply, "Fight accepted." The post immediately went viral, sending fans into a frenzy over the idea of Diaz stepping up on short notice. Shortly after, Jake Paul responded publicly, acknowledging Diaz's acceptance but suggesting that the matchup may not happen, at least not right now. "Nate Diaz is a G," Jake wrote on Instagram. "It isn't meant to be, but respect for being willing to step up on 2 weeks' notice. So many at the top of this sport have excuses." His comments seem to hint that while he respects Nate's toughness and readiness to fight, the rematch might not deliver the hype or pay-per-view numbers Jake is aiming for with his next event. Still, Nate's public acceptance appears to be a strategic move to rally fan support and put pressure on Jake and his promotion team to make the fight happen. The first bout between Jake Paul and Nate Diaz was a major draw, generating huge interest from both boxing and MMA audiences. Fans have been eager for a rematch ever since, hoping to see Diaz make the necessary adjustments and possibly even the score inside the ring. This latest exchange has reignited the rivalry between the two fighters and sparked a debate across social media. Should Jake Paul go for a high-risk, high-reward fight with former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou, or give fans the entertaining rematch they've been asking for with Nate Diaz?